Thank you all for the opportunity to come here and talk about our company. Basically, this is a vaccine that I'm holding. So there are estimated 10 million vaccines that are administered to children under the age of 1 year in the US alone. And these vaccines are distributed throughout the world through a process called cold chain, which is basically a temperature-controlled supply chain. So it becomes critically important that we maintain the temperature within a prescribed range. Otherwise, the vaccine gets discarded and it's ineffective. My name is Shri Chakravarti, and I'm one of the co-founders of our company called Statwic. We help solve cold chain problems through IoT solutions. So let's look at some of the cold chain problems we have. The number one issue is trust. In any supply chain, manufacturing, manufacturer would basically rely on the product to be shipped end to end. There's a question of trust. There's a question of reliability. There's a question of competence on how well that vaccine needs to be handled end to end. Given that it's a cold chain, it's more important that you maintain that temperature throughout. So that's one. The second is expensive, right? Research has indicated that the supply chain costs are just increasing and not decreasing. Whether you manage the end-to-end inventory and deliver the product at the right cost with the best customer service is still a very big challenge in supply chain. And thirdly, we're talking about there are too many players, right? Any end-to-end, you're talking about manufacturers, packaging companies, you're talking about distribution, transportation companies, and the end consumer of the product. So it becomes, and most of these players have their own set of contracts, agreements. So managing that complexity end-to-end and in a multiplayer environment will be extremely critical and important. So let's talk about, So let's talk about the scale of the problem. It's estimated almost 15 billion in losses occur every year in the biopharma industry. Of these, there's almost 80% of the cost of the vaccines account to cold chain costs. And there's almost 50% wastage in vaccines. That's an astounding number if you look at it. So at Statwic, we feel we have a strong opinion that IoT can help solve some of these issues. So let's look at our solution. So ours is basically based on an intelligence platform that we bring to the table. So we use blockchain technology, which is essentially critical to manage and decentralize the supply chain contracts. I think it's very important we decentralize so that at the end of the day, we are able to create a permanent and immutable record in the supply chain transaction. So thereby, you are actually increasing the trust of every transaction because it's a permanent database that we use in blockchain. The second important part is we use predictive analytics on top of our platform because there is to be a way where we can proactively predict failures even before they occur. And we do that through data pattern recognition technology. And lastly, we have an IoT platform that we have developed in-house. It's modular, it's a scalable architecture so that it can meet the demand of thousands of sensors that are deployed out in the network. So all in all, and we also employ edge analytics, because especially in cold chain applications, it's very imperative that you look at the alert data in real time, so there's no delay. So all in all, it's a mix of IoT technologies that has come together. And when we talk about some of the segmentation, sorry, this is just a visualization of the blockchain. If you look at the customer segmentation we are already working with a couple of these players and implementing a POC currently in that area. And lastly, when it comes to competition, it is important that our product has brought uniqueness and creates that differentiation through all the technology that I've used. And finally, the team. I mean, we are a team of professionals, so who are into this space. So, and in the 6 minutes of my time that I just, this vaccine that I just hold, it's almost ineffective already. So thank you so much for listening, and thanks for the opportunity.